You earned that one. But here, I wanted to say,
why should they have to compete against the world? Why should an American citizen, his family's been here 5 or 6 generations, that can go to college, get a degree, and is smart enough, why should they have to compete against the world on the territory inside the United States? It's not fair. Until Silicon Valley, until these places have, I don't know, 20% African American and 20% Hispanic, I'd like to put an exit visa on every college graduate, foreign student that graduated from college here, in 30 days to leave and go back home and help make their nation great again. And we shouldn't take any foreign students in community colleges. That should be for American citizens, particularly for African Americans and Hispanics. They're never going to get up the economic chain unless we do this. You're not going to get folks into high value added post-industrial jobs based around artificial intelligence or coding or anything like that until we make the engineering schools and computer science schools available to them. And right now we don't. This is the reason. It's not about intelligence. It's about access to opportunity. This is why Silicon Valley has virtually no African Americans and no Hispanics. It's de minimis. They have to compete against the whole world for those jobs. And this is one of the reasons you're seeing the seething anger is that people aren't getting good jobs. And one of the reasons they're not getting good jobs, they have to compete against the whole world here in the United States. It's simply not fair.
I mean, look, I tell you what, bro, we talked about it the other day. Steve Bannon got out of prison and started sounding like Fred Hampton. and he's been sounding like that ever since. And look, man, I don't know. Hopefully maybe he's authentic with it. You know, maybe he believes what he's saying. I hope he believes what he's saying. I'd hope that, like, because again, Vivek and Elon stepped in it this last week, basically telling white folks to pull themselves up by their bootstraps and calling them lazy. So now that white folks are feeling what we've been feeling this entire time, right? And it's like, this is what you sound like to us. This is what you've been saying to us. Now that that's the case, hopefully, you know, we can start to make a little bit of movement. You know, I mean, you know, look, I mean, we can't just sit back forever and just expect people to like give us anything, right? We got to go and start negotiating. We got to go to Trump and be like, hey, look, man, look, Biden didn't do shit for us. This is what we're looking for. I can get you another 5 or 6% on the ballot. What's up? Right? Like, we could sit out too. That's how the Dems lost. It wasn't because a whole bunch of black folks went and voted for Trump. It was just that black folks didn't vote at all. Like, the ones that would have voted Democrat didn't vote at all. I mean, his numbers still went up as far as Democrats and blacks or blacks. Trump did, yeah. But there were more black Democrats that just didn't vote at all. That's where the discrepancy was. So, I mean, we've already shown that when we don't show up, you lose. You know, so maybe we say, hey, look, when you do show up, you could win. Like, we could potentially win on this other side. Anyways. I just got long-winded. I just thought that was